To graph the solution set of this system of linear inequalities, we first have to graph each of the inequalities of the system. So we'll start by graphing the first one, and we begin by graphing the bounding line of that region, which is y equals 1/2 x minus 2. To graph this line, we need 2 points that are on the graph, and if x equals 0, then y is simply equal to -2. And on the other hand, if x equals 2, the 2's cancel, 1 minus 2 is -1. There's a second point on the graph. So we can graph that line. 0, -2 is the y-intercept, so it's down 2. And then if I go over 2, I go down 1. So go over 2 and down 1. Takes me to this point. So this line, which will be a dashed line, we're not including the points that are actually on that line. So we get the line looks like this. Now, which side of that line do we shade? Notice that the inequality is y is less than. Y is up and down, the vertical coordinate. So less than means below. So it's the bottom side of this line that we shade. We could also ask the question to answer this, is the origin shaded? And answering that question by plugging zeros into x and y in the inequality, and you get x equals 0, y equals 0. Is 0 less than -2? No. 0 is larger than -2. Therefore, the answer to this question, is the origin shaded? No. As we saw, it was the downside, because y is less than means below. Okay. Now for our second inequality, the inequality y greater than 0. Again, we can break this up into a two-step process if we wish. The same two-step process. So we begin by asking, we need to graph the line y equals 0, the boundary line. Now, y equals 0 is a horizontal line. It's a horizontal line. In fact, it's the equation of the x-axis. It is the x-axis where y is 0. This time we have a dashed line, so I'll put a dashed line along the x-axis. So that's the line y equals 0. Now, is the origin shaded? Well, in this case, we can't ask about the origin because this line goes through the origin. But we know that y is bigger than means the top half, so we could ask, is 0, 1 shaded? That's 0, 1. Right about here. Is that point shaded? Plug in, is y bigger than 0? Plug in the y into the y. The x we don't care about, there is no x. And since 1 is bigger than 0, yes. 1 is bigger than 0, the origin is shaded. And not the origin, I mean the point 0, 1 is shaded. So it's the top side of this line, as we already saw, because y is bigger than means above. So it's the top side of this line that's shaded. Now we're looking for the overlap of the two regions. The overlap, you can see, doesn't occur until the two lines meet over here. so I'm going to have to extend this out a little bit. This is the region, the solution region, the solution set for our points. Everything in this little wedge bounded by this dashed line on the top and the x-axis as a dashed line on the bottom. That's the solution to this linear inequality. The solution region. All those points.